Good morning. It is 10:20 on Sunday, March 21st. This is the first Sunday of spring. And I got to tell you, it was really quite nice out about yesterday. We were out for our walk last night. It was about 15 degrees and everything is just melting and it had that kind of spring smell in the air and all the geese seem to have decided to come back on the same day because that's all we heard and saw. We looked up V's of geese everywhere. That was quite nice to see. But also, pretty easy to remember that this is our second our our first Sunday of our second year of this. And if you watch the retrospective last year or last week, I was living in a different house last year. We were trying to broadcast live on YouTube, like in real time, and we had a totally different setup. And now Sunday mornings are a little bit easier because I just get to watch it with the rest of you. And so you're gonna watch it at 10:30, and I'm gonna sit here at 10:30, and I'm gonna watch it as well. One of the things that happened this week was I was talking with some people online, and there were two different people who mentioned that they've been watching my services or watching our services. They're not mine, they're ours. Watching our services online, and I had no idea they were watching them. They're not Rothwell folks. Um, and it occurred to me, like when I watch the service on Sunday morning, I can see, and you can see too, how many people are watching it live, and it hovers around 45 to somewhere around it's around 45 connections. And that doesn't, account for multiple people in front of it. So our average attendance is probably slightly up from what it would be on a Sunday morning. But apart from the Sunday morning, it kind of explodes from there. And we get about 110, 120 views on any given Sunday. And those views are of varying length. But again, it's you have a lot of people watching our services. And I have no idea who they are. And it almost felt a little bit strange. It kind of felt like I was at a bit of a disadvantage because on Sunday morning, when I'm there with you all, I can look out in the congregation and see who's there. And I'll be like, oh, so and so is here this week, or oh, so and so's back from the south or whatever, or oh, we have a visitor this week, or oh, there's somebody who is a nice surprise, somebody who just kind of knows us who decided to come on that Sunday morning, and it's great because after church you can go down, you can say hi to folks, and you can just sort of spend a little bit of time, and but you know who's there, but on these conversations this week reminded me that I have no idea who's watching us. And it's a little bit strange in a good way, mostly. But it does underscore the fact that, we're all about relationships. We're all about connecting with each other and with God. And when we do this in this kind of disembodied way, the relationship is very different. And it's different in a way that isn't quite as gratifying. Because I think as an extrovert, part of the payoff of all the work that goes into a Sunday morning service is when you look out in the congregation, you see the look on people's faces. And some of you I can read really well. Some of you can just tell when you're really digging it. Others you can tell when you're just not landing. I mean, I'm not going to say who you are, but there are people that I can sort of look out at on a Sunday morning, and I can see this, or quizzical looks, slightly, maybe almost borderline annoyed looks, and you go, oh boy, that didn't land, or I better change course here, or whatever, or maybe explain things in a different way. That's one of the advantages of not writing your sermons down on paper, is you're not tied to it. So if something's not working, you can change course on the fly without feeling like you're tied to something. As soon as you write something down, it's almost like it's already happened. And but not writing it down, I think, leaves you open. And that's another topic. All that to say is part of the payoff is sort of seeing the look on folks' faces. And sometimes the look on the face really kind of feeds you. you see somebody who looks satisfied or you get a look of contentment or peace or whatever, and you think to yourself, yeah, you know what, I did a good job. And you walk away from church and you go, yeah, it was a good one. At least it was for this person, this person, this person. And it may not have been a good one for this person because they were like, look at their face. I don't know. But for the most part, am I muted? No, I'm not. That's one thing I have to check all the time to see if I'm muted. So don't have that with YouTube. What you do get are little notes sometimes, not every week. Somebody will say, oh, that was really good. Or boy, that really resonated with me. But you don't get it sort of that live on the fly feedback. I miss that. And when I get it, it feels pretty good. I'm not fishing for compliments here. I'm just sort of explaining how, as we're into year 2 of this, how it's different. So this week, we're lucky. We have Cam Bowes, who's our lay reader. And Cam is, we're doubly lucky. Cam sort of was there for a couple of reasons. One, I'm revamping my office, so Cam is going to paint it for me. So Cam was there to look at the room and get an idea of how much paint we need. And so we got Cam Bowes as our lay reader this week. Of course, Paul's playing the keys, various keys. He's playing 2 different instruments this week. And Angela Nolan's back in to sing for us. And we got Thursdays with Trina. And all in all, I would say this was a, kind of a routine type sort of service. And that's going to come to, I had a little fun with the prayers of the people. You'll see a little bit of fun with that. Next week is Palm Sunday. We were going to have our Palm Sunday pickup, but because we're in the red zone, no, canceled. So we're going to have to wait. I don't know what to do. Hopefully we won't be in the red zone by then. Or maybe, I don't know. Whatever. We got all these palms. We'll find a way to use them. And of course, part of the idea of Palm Sunday is to keep your palm. So we'll find a way to use them, and we'll keep them. And you'll get a palm one of these ways. We're racking up the holidays that their second Palm Sunday. It's our second Palm Sunday. It's those little moments that hit you. But when it all started, it was unimaginable that we would not be together for a stretch of time. 2-3 weeks seemed to be like the maximum, and then it just went on and on and on. And it was a stretch of time, and it was a stretch of the congregation, but it didn't break it. And there have been moments in the last few years where I thought the congregation felt quite fragile, that it would only take a few crises to really, cause rifts or problems or unhealable fractures. But I don't think that's true anymore. I think after a year of this, we've shown a resiliency. And, if one metric is local givings, we've seen an investment in not just the future, but the present. Acknowledgement of how the past informs the future. And that's heartening as well. So like any Sunday, it's a mix of feelings. I'm pretty proud of what we've been able to accomplish over the last year and a bit. I'm very proud of Paul and Angela and Trina for the way that they've morphed their ministry into this new medium. I'm very proud of the folks who've stepped up to be lay readers. I'm very proud of Verbain, who's had to clean a little bit harder and differently because of the thing. Extremely proud of our daycare. What a blessing that has turned out to be in so many ways. And when we come back into the building to share it in a more fulsome way, I know that we can do it. And there's not going to be any of this fear and apprehension and turf that sometimes accompanies share space. I don't think there's going to be any of that. And if there is, it'll be transient and it will be experienced and dealt with and moved on from. So 10:30, gotta go. I'm gonna be late for church, even though it's right here in my computer. Bye for now.